Now to our NBC News investigation tonight, a follow-up on our own reporting about the potential health risks of certain artificial turf made from ground-up tires being used on football and soccer fields all across our country. After our initial reports aired, they elicited a huge response. Some cities are now debating whether to remove artificial turf fields. We also heard from parents concerned about similar materials being used on playgrounds, and they fear it might be doing to their children. We get our report tonight from NBC's Stephanie Gosk.
Just off the windswept shore of Bandon, Oregon, a group of moms and kids play at the local park, but the swings and slides are off limits. How many of your children still play on this playground?
None.
No.
Yeah, none of my children.
These mothers have concerns about the playground surface, recycled car and truck tires known as crumb rubber mulch.
We'd come here and I just couldn't stand the smell, and then my kids would just be tainted in black. They were sitting in the mulch, they were playing with it, they were putting it in their mouths and around their faces.
Shayla DeBerry Osborne and her friends discovered online that the mulch contains the same chemicals found in most tires. This is part of their play.
It is.
And it's deep too, isn't it?
Yes, they play in this, they sit in it, they roll in it.
The International Agency for Research on Cancer labels 4 carcinogens, while adding that at low levels of exposure, they are considered safe.
I really just feel fearful about them being exposed to this.
Recycled tires are also used in artificial turf fields.
It's something a lot of parents and athletes are going to want to see.
An NBC News investigation profiled a college soccer coach who started asking questions after 2 of her own players were diagnosed with cancer. In a statement, the Rubber Manufacturers Association writes, numerous scientific studies have shown there is no indication of adverse health effects due to exposure to crumb rubber derived from tires and used in athletic fields and playgrounds. But Dr. Philip Landrigan, an epidemiologist and pediatrician at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, says the studies are insufficient. He worries about children's exposure to even low levels of carcinogens.
My position is not against grinding up tires. My position is that we shouldn't be putting the crumb rubber into places where little children will come into close contact with it.
Dr. Landrigan believes children under the age of 10 shouldn't be anywhere near it.
They're biologically more vulnerable to carcinogenic chemicals than adults because their cells, their organs, are going through such rapid growth and development. They're not yet fully formed, so they're more sensitive.
But the Consumer Product Safety Commission does not mention rubber mulch toxicity levels in its Playground Safety Handbook. In fact, it places rubber mulch on a list of appropriate surfaces. A task force created by the EPA to promote tire recycling also recommends the use of rubber mulch, even using a photo of a rubber mulch playground on its website. The EPA did not respond to questions about the task force, but says the decision to use recycled tires on playgrounds is a state and local one. Both the CPSC and the EPA declined repeated requests for interviews. Last year, 20 million tires were spread as mulch on playgrounds nationwide. It's even used on the White House playground. In Bandon, town leaders denied a request to tear out the surface.
We were considering removing it, or looking into the possibility of removing it, and now we've got more parents coming to the commission saying, no, we want you to leave that.
DeBerry Osborne and her friends are in the minority.
I think what they really want is a government agency to say that it's definitively bad before they go through the expense of removing it.
Dr. Landrigan doesn't believe we should wait.
I would say that the first priority for the existing playgrounds is get rid of crumb rubber where little infants come into contact with it.
So pull it out.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
For now, some kids are being kept off the swings. Dr. Landrigan tells us he's not worried about the rubberized mats that are often used in playgrounds because they're contained and not loose. To be clear, Brian, what he's worried about is this rubber mulch, which is loose. Kids can pick it up, they can play in it.
So important, so urgent for so many parents, clearly. Stephanie Gosk, thank you for your repeated reporting on this.